Take a look at this. The parking garage to a Turtle Creek high-rise collapsed, sending concrete and rock down several floors. Vehicles and people were inside the Renaissance on Turtle Creek when it happened. Now, we're not sure if weather played a role, but it certainly isn't helping things. James Rose is live tonight at the scene. All right, James, what's the latest?
Well, I can tell you the latest. Go ahead and take a look at the crater we're talking about. You can see flashing lights through the gaping hole in that parking garage that faces Turtle Creek. Now, I spoke with Dallas Fire Rescue just a few moments ago. They tell me when they arrived on the scene, they immediately came through here with search and rescue dogs. And the good news is they did not pick up any hits. And at this point, that's good news because there were no injuries reported with this collapse either. Now, they believe this, all the rain and everything is just too structurally unpredictable to continue sifting and searching through anything else at this time. They'll probably come back out first thing in the morning, first light, with engineers and structural engineers, and try and figure out just how much damage has been done to this garage here. Now, this is the pool deck that's been under construction for about 2 months, and I can tell you no one living here ever expected something like this.
It's a big cloud of smoke. One of my friends that was in there literally thought there was a bomb, or somebody else thought an airplane hit.
Laura Fedock, just one of hundreds of rush hour residents returning home to the Renaissance on Turtle Creek Friday afternoon, when suddenly...
Well, I was 2 cars away from going into the garage when it collapsed. And
here are some still pictures of what she's talking about. A small portion of the garage collapsed, 7 floors, exposing daylight from the ground.
I came out and parked in the garage right next door, and I saw that every single floor from the top floor up has collapsed in the parking garage.
There are cars crushed into concrete, others teetering on the brink of falling.
I've been fortunate enough to work for Dallas Fire Rescue for over 33 years. Just something I hadn't seen before. It doesn't mean that we are not trained for it. Our priorities are still the same. Life safety is number 1. Property preservation is number 2. And how do we fix this thing to make it like it was before we got here is number 3.
He opened the door and I saw my car and I said, you know, thank God I don't see any people. We can get another car. Who cares about a car? Let's make sure everybody's okay.
Condo board member Dee Dee Leahy's car is totaled, as are an undetermined number of others.
We just talked to the firemen and the police, and they're being very proactive to make sure that the units are okay. And so far, there's no concern of that.
For nearly 2 months, there's been a removal and remodeling of the pool deck. And this video, shot just this morning, shows exactly what was on top of the concrete where it collapsed. While it's too early to determine a cause, there are a lot of thankful people here.
Feeling very blessed right now. I literally had chills going through my entire body because if I had gone in there 1 minute sooner, I have no idea what would have happened.
Now, despite being 604 units here, it's a very large condo association. There's a lot of very close-knit people here, and everyone has been reaching out and checking on everyone else. And I can tell you, the board members here have reached out personally to me and others here, and just to find out if you're okay, are you accounted for, are your loved ones accounted for, are they here or in state, and have you talked to them? And I'm told they've left messages and reached out to just about everyone. The bad news is, if your car is still in that garage, like a lot of people's cars are, there's not going to be any movement in or out of that garage until they can determine if it is indeed structurally sound. And again, at this hour, I am told that the construction company, the fire department, structural engineers are meeting with board members at this hour just to try and come up with a game plan of what they plan on doing first thing in the morning. Heather?
All right, so James, you've got a really interesting perspective because you live right there and you took some of that video before the collapse, right?
You know, just out of the blue this morning with all this rain, the pool has been drained for months and they had nothing in it but dust. And when this rain hit, it looked to me like it had about 1 foot of water in it. And I don't know if that had anything to do with this, but I can tell you, I saw that Turtle Creek spillway this morning and it was rushing so furiously. I just took a picture of it and just kind of panned over to the other side and showed how swollen the creek was. And as I drove into work this morning, I noticed that they had shut down the bridge over Cedar Springs that goes over Turtle Creek. So that just gives you an idea of just how much rain we have had in this day alone. So, you know, I just happened to take that. But it's been interesting watching all the work going on out here as they do this work on this deck. They're revamping the entire deck. And so what happened over there, what we believe that was just a bunch of mud and dirt that they had taken from some potted plants. And they had it covered up with plastic. And I mean, who knows? Maybe it got too wet and it was too much. It's unclear. Too early to tell. It'll take some engineers some time to figure out just exactly what happened, because I assure you, no one wants to see something like this happen again.
No, they don't. Nobody expected it. So, all right, we'll keep following their investigation and what they find. James, thank you.